Well, let's start by looking at cases of COVID-19 across the UK. These dots here represent different days' worth of figures that we've had in recent weeks, and you can see that black line is showing you the 7-day average, very high, obviously at the start of the year, very low, and then it's kind of come up to pretty high levels at the moment. As for where it's heading, well, it's slightly unclear. It's down a bit over the last week or so, but it's still early days because you don't really know for sure what the return to schools is actually going to do. It's still quite early. May need another couple of weeks to understand that. But what we do know is that when you break that down by age group, which I've done here, all of these are different types of age group. Well, look at the age groups that are where it's growing the fastest in terms of amount of COVID-19. 15 to 19-year-olds, 10 to 14-year-olds. So within that group, obviously, that have now been decided that they will get those vaccinations, will be offered those vaccinations. The hope, obviously, is that those lines will be reduced by that, because we do know that the vaccines somewhat reduce transmission. We know they're very good, actually even better, at reducing the impact of the disease, so reducing your risk of going to hospital or indeed dying, and that's what we have here. These show you COVID death rates by vaccination status, and so the higher they are, the more people are dying. It's age-adjusted, and what you can see here is around that spring period, just look how much it was unvaccinated people, obviously fewer people who were vaccinated then, but it was unvaccinated people primarily who were dying, and those with vaccines, which are the other lines here, either having one dose or indeed both doses, have much lower death rates. What I'll do is I'll just zoom in on that area over on the far right-hand side. So these are more recent months. And although they are all a lot lower, so we're zooming in, fully vaccinated, really, really low indeed, fully vaccinated. And then you've got unvaccinated and one dose higher. So just underlining how important getting 2 doses is to reduce that risk of mortality. As is, and here's another way of looking at it, just breaking the whole thing down by age and looking at the likelihood of cases turning into deaths. So the higher these bars are, the higher the percentage of someone who contracts COVID-19 then going on to die. And it's just done by age. So you can see from the oldest through to the youngest there. There's 80 plus over there. What I'll do, those bars show you people who have been vaccinated, fully vaccinated, had 2 doses. Now we'll look at those who haven't been vaccinated at all, so no jabs whatsoever. And look how much higher those red bars, unvaccinated people, are than the blue bars all the way through. And just to underline it, look at 70 to 79-year-olds. 14.2% of unvaccinated cases went on to die, compared with those who are vaccinated, 1.9%. Just look at the difference there. It really is stark. But the further you get down the age spectrum, the less stark it is. You can probably not even see that there are bars there, but there are, but they're very low indeed as you get down to these kind of 18 to 29 and under 18 groups. And in fact, with under 18s, when it comes to unvaccinated people, you're talking about 0.002% who go on, sadly, to die. That underlines it. You know, it's not mortality is not the only reason why these vaccination decisions are taken, but it's part of the reason why this was such a difficult decision.